The Picatrix, Book 1, Chapter 1, How You May Know Your Degree in the Universe. You should know, my dearest brother, that the best and most noble gift that God has given to humanity in this world is knowledge. By knowledge, we become acquainted with ancient things and the causes of everything in the world, and what more immediate causes are the causes of other things, and how one thing corresponds to another. By this, we can know everything that is, and why it is, and why one thing is raised above another in due order, and in what place exists the root and beginning of all the things of this world. That thing by which all things are dissolved, and through which everything new and old is made known. For this is truly the first, and it lacks nothing, nor does it need anything else with it except itself. It is the cause of all other things, and does not receive its qualities from another. It is not a material body, nor is it compounded of material bodies, nor is it mixed with anything other than itself, but rather all things in itself. Therefore, it may not be called anything except the One. Properly speaking, it is the sole truth and unique unity, and from it, anything united receives its unity. It is also the primal truth, and does not receive its truth from another. Rather, everything receives truth from it. Everything apart from it is imperfect, while it alone is perfect. Nor is there perfect truth or unity apart from it, but it alone can be rightly called perfect unity and truth. All things under it, and receive from it truth and unity, generation and corruption, as it is the cause of these things. Because of this, it may be known what part of anything receives its properties from it, and how this occurs and why. For the One alone comprehends the order and relation of the generations and corruptions of all created things, and which of them are first, which are of a middle station, and which are last. The last are the cause of their own corruption, and are not the cause of generation in any other thing. The middle have the cause of corruption in them, and are the cause of corruption in all things that exist beneath them. The first is the cause of the generation and corruption of all other things that exist beneath them, and nothing is higher or more perfect than it, so as to be the cause of its generations and corruptions. Nor is anything other than the One capable of perfect knowledge of the order of created things, and how and why the last is raised up by similarity, step by step, until it corresponds to the first, and descends again from the first in due order until it corresponds with the last. For the first alone is the perfect philosophy and the knowledge of truth. You should know that knowledge is a perfect and noble thing, and you ought every day to study God, that is, to study His commandments and His goodness, because from Him knowledge, perception, and goodness proceed, and His Spirit is a noble and exalted radiance. Whoever intends to study Him ought to despise the things of this world, which have an end, and no stability exists in them. From Him, as from a higher world, the human spirit descends, and it ought to be desired to return to the place whence it came and where its roots abide. There, indeed, it has the capacity to know what the world is and what its powers are, and in what manner it was made by its Creator. The source of this knowledge is true wisdom. You should likewise know that God is indeed the shaper and creator of the whole world and everything that exists in it, and that this world and everything in it were created from on high. Yet The mind of God is too deep and potent to be comprehended, and what little can be comprehended of it can be grasped only through study and knowledge. This is the greatest gift that God gave to humanity, that they might seek to know and understand. To study, therefore, is to serve God. Note also that knowledge has three properties, of which the first is that it always gains and never diminishes. The second, that it fosters virtuous habits. And the third, that it does not increase unless the knower wills it and delights in it and seeks after it with the reason and will. Wherefore, you should know that the secrets we intend to reveal in this book of ours cannot be won unless you obtain knowledge first. Whoever desires to know ought to acquire a passion for the sciences and thoroughly scrutinize their rules, for it is ordained that these secrets cannot be won except through wisdom and study in the sciences. In these secrets, however, is a great purity with which you will be able to help many.